Well, welcome to Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday. We're glad you all are here. Looks like we have a guest today, Patricia Greco. Come on down if you're there and introduce yourself.
Hi, I am here. Helen, thank you for inviting me today. So I am new. I'm not going to go on video today.
You want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
I can only stay for a short time because I do have an appointment, but I did want to join in today and just introduce myself and meet some new people today. So I am from the Toronto area, like Helen, in Ontario. I am a chartered financial divorce specialist. I specialize in working with people who have gone or are going through divorce. I help with the entire financial process. So I help to take the overwhelm out of the whole financial process. So anyone who has been through it can appreciate and understand how overwhelming some people find all the financial disclosures and financial statements that have to be submitted. I help people with that entire process so that they can easily work with their lawyers and save time and money.
Well, we're so glad that you're here, Patricia, and thank you, Helen, for inviting her. And what we'll ask everybody to do right now, since you have to go shortly, is everybody, if you would, go ahead and put your contact information in the chat. And then before you go, Patricia, you can save the chat. And then also Helen can follow up with another copy of that so that you make sure that you have everybody's contact information so that you can add us to your referral partners.
Thank you. Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, Freedom, you are back. I got a chance to speak one-on-one with Freedom the other day, and it was an excellent, excellent time. So go ahead and introduce yourself again to the group.
My name is Freedom Malhotra. I am a speaker, author, and founder of the Young Leaders, which is a leadership and public speaking club for youth here in Canada. And actually, even kids from the States can join now because we're a completely online platform. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. All right, let's start off with kudos, celebrations, and recognitions. What do you got going on this week?
Do we want to maybe do a screenshot before Patricia leaves?
Yes, we will. I was waiting for Olivia to get on.
Okay.
I see she's here, but she's hadn't got her camera on yet. But thank you for reminding me to do that. So who has anything they want to celebrate? Nobody this week? Boy,
Well,
that's first.
I you know that new wellness scanning device that I've got. I had my first paid client last week, and it went amazing. I mean, this thing is just unbelievably accurate. It's just from scanning your voice, so it's just wild quantum wellness. I love it.
I can't wait to learn more. I need to schedule a one-on-one with you myself and learn more about that. That's super duper cool. Super cool. All right, Olivia was waiting on your beautiful face to get here so we can do a screenshot because we have a guest and we want to make sure that we have that. Hang on just a minute. We got.
Where's everybody's water theme? I thought we decided on a water theme.
There's mine.
Okay. Thank you, Claudia.
Mine's a water buffalo. Does a water buffalo count?
Stevie, this was all your idea, and I don't need water.
I wanted to have my paddle board in the background, but I switched my background, so it was too much to actually accomplish. I'm so sorry.
A glass of water doesn't count. That's too easy.
Yeah, that's cheating. That's cheating.
Okay?
All right, I'm ready. Sorry.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Do one more.
There you go.
Tricia, so you don't think we're too crazy, what we do is each week we have a theme for our background or something that we talk about, our table topic, to make our screenshots when we post them a little bit more interesting instead of the same old, same old. And so this week it's supposed to have been a water theme, April showers brings May flowers. We talked about that earlier. So
Okay.
thank y'all for that. Okay, let's see here. I saw some things going on. We had one of our local gals, Sabina. She has been keeping things on fire. I've spoke with Kate this morning. Kate is fixing to launch her own podcast, so she's working and very excited about that. So make sure you talk to her about how you might work with her on that. Let's see, what else have I seen? Laura, we'll talk about events here in a minute. You've got that going on. Yes, Juanita.
I have an update, and from all of your pushing and helping and enthusiasm, guess what? I am in talks with a vineyard in Napa Valley, and we're looking at doing virtual wine tasting, and they saw my posting and hopped right in and said they were looking for somebody.
Yay!
So I am in talks, and we're working out a schedule. And Nancy, thank you all. And I forgot who it was that had the wife and the 6 friends. Was it Barry?
It was, yes.
I'm gonna let you know when we do our first event, but I'm so excited. So it's happening.
Good. I think that from the get-go, when we first talked months ago, I just think that's going to be awesome for you, Juanita. I think that's going to be
local. So hey, and I never knew about that alignable thing. Somebody got me signed up in there, and that's where somebody reached out there, and it was like, wow.
Yes, fantastic. Anything else? Anybody have anything else they want to share? Well, I had a really cool interview with Miss Olivia this week on her Lunchtime Live. She's been rocking that, doing a really great job. Something that I've noticed is LaDonna worked on her LinkedIn, and I've been seeing a lot of you making your post. Gary, I think you and Juanita probably are in the running for the leaders on that, because y'all do a real good job. So if you haven't already, I encourage you to follow Olivia's lead and really start working that LinkedIn. I need to do the same thing myself. So anyways, if you're not on there, Olivia has some really great training and she can help you with that. So now we can talk about any events that you have coming up. What do we got? You want to start off, Laura?
Yes. Hey, everybody. Great to see you all this week. So just a reminder, we've got the Eye to Eye Summit coming up on April 27th from 1 to 5 p.m. So Eye to Eye means impact to income. So we have some really top level speakers. There's 6 of us. For instance, the co-founder of Constant Contact, Al Stern, is going to be speaking about how he started to make an impact, and he's made millions. So he's going to give the tips and tricks of how to do that, get started. And actually, the thing that's special about this event is you're going to be able to take all of this information from these amazing people and implement it into your business right now, not down the road 4, 5, 6 months. You're going to be able to do it right now and see changes in your business. And so that's why we wanted to create this summit, so you guys could have like a way to create more impact in your business, but also have that show up in your bottom line, because too many of us work too hard and we don't make enough money. And we want to change that for everyone. So that's why we're doing it. So the website, and I'll put it in the chat, is littleaccelerator.com. And we priced it ridiculously low. The VIP tickets are $29 US, and that includes all the recordings and the behind the scenes nuggets that we did as well with each of the speakers. So that's a little bit about that. I hope you guys can make it. It's going to be so fun.
Thank you. Stevie, do you have a date for your next Toastmasters event, or do you have anything you want to tell us?
I do. Thank you so much for asking. So my next competition will be May 22nd. So I will keep you posted with more details. And in the meantime, I am certainly looking for other Toastmasters clubs or other organizations that I can practice that speech in. Thanks.
You're more than welcome. Well, Monday is a very special day around here.
I have an event.
Well, you're gonna have to wait.
Um,
Because Miss Olivia has a birthday on Monday. Woo! And Kate is not here to sing that beautiful thing, but I'm going to ask us to go ahead and try it again, even though it was so terrible. I don't know if it's the connections or whatever. Do we have any more birthdays coming next week before Friday? All right, then I guess it's going to be for Olivia. So let's go ahead and sing Olivia a little tune. Who's got a great voice? You want to lead that? 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you.
Speed it up.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Olivia. Happy birthday to
you. And many more.
I love it. Thank you so much for all your beautiful, harmonious voices. Facebook posts. Yep, people will be watching this worldwide.
I'm surprised you didn't go like this. Ah! No.
Sounded
It's
like
like,
a
I don't
very-
know why it lags. I know everybody's singing, it's just so funny when I hear that playback.
Well,
I don't know.
There's lag time for everybody too, so it adds to the complexity.
Oh, it makes it fun. Okay, Olivia, you got the floor, sweetheart.
Well, not only is it my birthday, but it's also Earth Day, right? So we're celebrating Earth Day throughout the entire month. And then I've been invited by Kathy, fellow Eagle, to speak at her Green Connections meeting. And that's happening on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So I'll put the link in the chat for you guys to check it out.
All right. Fantastic. Anybody else have anything? Any events?
Are you buying a house for your birthday?
That is up to the husband. I have tasked him with that. Yeah, but thank you guys for just joining me in my housing adventures. It's just I want to show you what's going on.
It's fun. It's fun. And we're going to be sad when you finally find the perfect house, because we're going to be missing all of those Facebook lives. Yes,
It's like
Mary.
HGTV with Olivia.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Well,
That's
well,
it.
House
Well,
hunters.
Once she buys the house, we get to have the adventure of her decorating and
Oh, there you go. Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, hi. So on Thursday, the 29th, Friday, the 30th, and Saturday, May the 1st. So it's Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. Thursday, 5 to 8 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday from 10 to 2 is the Small Business Virtual Extravaganzas sponsored by MBX. Blaney Teal is offering it free of charge. There'll be virtual interactive expo booths where you'll be able to meet the vendors. There'll be a networking lounge so you can do one-to-one, and there'll be over 20 speakers and training during the day on Friday. So you can still be here and be there too. The tickets are free. I will put the address in the chat.
Thank you. And it
You're
looks
welcome.
like Blaney's down in Mexico enjoying time with her son, who just turned 21. Also, Jeffrey popped in this morning and he said he is not going to be here today because they have someone coming to look at his mom's house. We're hoping for a really nice offer and a quick closing. So everybody keep him in your thoughts that he can get his mama's house sold. She recently passed away. So Jeffrey, we're thinking about you today and hope all that goes well.
Oh, I hope the market's down there like they are up here, because it's crazy up here.
Oh yeah. Ours, I mean, I'm telling you, within an hour, you'll have an offer here in my community. It's crazy.
So we had one house the other day, had 14 offers and sold for 458,000 above asking.
Yes. Wow. That is crazy. That's
Yeah.
the way it's going. I have a friend out in Colorado right now, and that's what she was saying. She said, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Just these bidding wars on these houses.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you say 450,000 over?
458,000 over. We actually had one in
Wow.
Toronto that was over 600,000 above asking. So it's a common thing. It's crazy.
Well, that's only like 20,000 US.
Yeah, true. But
Oh gosh, man. Yeah. I guess they have cash, right? Because the bank won't loan that. Must have cash. All right. Okay, so today we are gearing up. Livy and I was really shocked. I don't know. We were thinking it was June, but our 1-year anniversary is coming up in May. So we are trying to think of some really cool things to do and how we can celebrate. So I want to take about 5 minutes and hear your ideas on some things that you think might be fun for us to do during our month, May, during our birthday month, for celebrating our 1-year anniversary of all of us being together. Any ideas? Seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
I know, yeah.
Aren't we just gonna come to your house? That's what I thought the plan was.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Florida's open, baby. Florida's open. We can do it.
You got that beach property, so let's you hang out by the beach.
Here in my backyard, yay.
All the founders can reminisce on how they discovered you.
Yeah. That sounds like a great plan for 2022 for sure. Hopefully Canada will be open. Y'all wouldn't have to
Oh, yeah, we gotta come up
quarantine
north.
and all of that stuff. I mean, we truly do have a fabulous, we do it enough in advance. We get with Juanita and we can figure out some.
Go up
deals.
and visit Claudio and folks.
Yes.
Hey, Nancy, how many members are there?
That's a good question. I don't have that number right in front of me, but I'll have that soon.
Roughly like 50, 30,
No, like a couple of hundred.
a couple of hundred, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. And we need more.
I'm gonna,
Well, I'm not, we've got 79 paid members.
No, that's not correct, Bruce. They're not all on the website.
Oh,
yeah.
Remember
Why
we
aren't
were
they?
talking? No. Remember I quit putting people in? Yeah. If you don't want to get in, get on the website. In the beginning, I was putting everybody in, and that got to be, ridiculous. So from this point forward, everybody, when they join, they will be putting themselves in there. We're not doing that. So not everybody is listed.
no, that's okay. If they're not on the website, then they're not tracking transactions either.
I have them.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Anybody have any ideas what you would like to do? I was thinking about that sizzle reel, that we've been talking about, maybe pulling from some of the lunch and learns and getting some clips and putting that together about how we've grown from then all the way up to now, like maybe on some of our pitches.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I was thinking something similar too, because we would love for it to be a celebration of all of us, because that's the whole point of this group and the members. And wouldn't it be cool to have everybody put together? We could make a mock Canva account and set up a where you keep adding pages, right? Everybody adds one page about themselves, and then we pull that, you know what I'm talking about, Olivia, where that pulls together into like a slideshow or something. And then it would be featuring all of us, the celebration of us and all of the great people. So I guess whoever did it would participate, but it would all be one place. We'd all be in charge of our own. And somehow maybe we could broadcast that as a slideshow or something, and live stream it, or I don't know, some way to celebrate all of us, because that's what this is.
Yes, I like that idea.
I do like that idea too. So everybody gets their page and we'll just put it in a slide share. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was also thinking, I'll make a post to request all of you guys like favorite songs. I'd love to have us an Eagle playlist. I'll put it together on Amazon, music list or whatever.
Well, we have to be careful because we can't post that because
It's just a playlist. It would be a playlist link of just like all our favorite songs. And so people can download it.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Like all your favorite. Yeah. Like
I was thinking if you was thinking we
Or
could put it in the
celebration
background or
song.
something like that, we're not able to do that. Yeah.
via like a Spotify or Amazon playlist.
Oh, I like Mary's, suggestion too, putting together, something we're all grateful for, or how this group has helped us. That's awesome. That's a good one too.
Yeah, I really would like for us to do, and I know everybody is busy, but to do like a 1 minute something where we can pull and make some, we've been saying this for a while and just, we haven't done it. About a 1 minute so that we can pull some of this and start making like some little commercials. And then, you highlight, you introduce yourself with your business first, and then say something about our group or what, your experience with our group. And then we can pull those and do different ones. And, like maybe every week, post one, and then everybody can share it. And that would kind of encourage, and it would also give you some, yes, Juanita.
One of the things I was doing with some of my other groups, and I think we could do this because you can do it on your own time. One of my protocol groups did I am PDIPOA. So I've been doing that with I am Rotary and did the little spiel. So here we could do I am an Eagle. Yes, I am one of the folks, my name is Juanita Harvin. I'm with Your Way Tours. And I got into the Eagles group because of this. And this is why I love being an entrepreneur. So it's a quick little, 30 second to a minute. And we play those all the time to promote whatever group you're with. But we could do I am an Eagle. And then you say who you are, what you do, what's your favorite part. And then you end it with I am an Eagle.
Like it. Very good. We'll try and get together and try and put this.
I'll do a sample one and post it. I've done these for all my other organizations.
Okay, fantastic. Another idea that you do for one of our groups that I would like for us to tweak and start doing, and this kind of goes with our topic that we're going to discuss today, is for our American Businesswomen Association. She's got this little profile sheet that she does that has a little, info sheet, has our picture and all of that. And that would be really good. We could do one of those once a week, and then we all share, it's kind of like Claudia was talking about the posting parties, same concept, each person, and then whoever we have out there for that day or that week, then everybody shares it on the appropriate social media or whatever to introduce us to their friends. And it kind of gives us a little clip, and some of these, we can redo. They're evergreen. So you might post something at 10 o'clock in the morning, and, a month later you could post it again. And the people who didn't see it probably will see it that time. So Olivia and I was talking about, how a lot of people think you can only post something one time, and you don't have to, you can redo that. Any other ideas? Well, y'all be thinking about that and send those over to us, because we need to get started on that ASAP, because May is right around the corner, and I'd love to celebrate for the whole month of May. And of course, there's going to be some special offerings on membership and all that, like, probably you were expecting for the renewals. So we've got that going. All right, today's topic, since we launched this thing and we have evolved, we are a referral partnership network. That is supposed to be our number one focus area. And one of the things we talked about a couple of weeks ago was we need a way to start tracking this stuff. We don't want it to be cumbersome, but we want to make sure that if we say we're a referral partnership network, that we truly are referring people and generating business for one another. Now, I know you are, because we come in here and we talk about it every week, but I'm thinking I'm going to have a couple of categories, like how we do the kudos, celebrations, announcements, events. And each week, then you can put it in the chat, and then that way I can have a running tally. And some of the things that other people have done have been like introductions, and maybe a one-on-one meeting with someone. I think Claudio calls them discovery calls, actual business that you've generated for somebody, an actual referral, or you've done business with them yourself. Can you think of any other categories that would be beneficial for us to track?
Maybe testimonials.
Yes, we're going to definitely be going into that today. Yes, testimonials.
Who is their ideal client? Like, who exactly are they looking for specifically, so that when we meet and encounter that person, I say, oh, I know just the guy or gal for you.
Yep. We're going to be going into that also today. We're looking for about probably 5 categories that we can go bam, 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 bam. How many of those did you do this week? That keeps everybody fresh, everybody thinking. You're not going to have something in every category, but it's also throughout the week. You're going to be then it's going to be top of mind that you need to be doing something for your referral partners. You know, you got testimonials, reviews, introductions, and we're going to go through some of the other categories that we think. But anyways, think about that. And while we're talking, if something comes to your mind, go ahead and put that in your chat if you don't mind. So the first thing, the easiest thing that we want you to do is think about your family and friends, your cell phone, your social media contacts right now. One of the most disheartening things is when friends and family just totally don't even think about you and refer nobody. I mean, it truly is. And I say this all the time, but it's because this is my circle that I run in. Real estate agents, they get their feelings hurt all the time. Their next door neighbor, their uncle, their cousin, or whatever, list their house with somebody and it's not them. And it's because they didn't even come to the top of their mind. So I want to make sure one of the first things that you do is pull out your cell phone, go down through your list and make sure that every single person, not every single, you know what I'm saying, the majority of people, that they know who you are, what you do, and how they can help you. And as we always say, not everybody is going to do business and be your client, but 100% of everybody in your sphere of network needs to be your referral partner. So why aren't they? How many referrals have those people given you in the last year? It's not because they don't want to, it's probably because they don't know how to. So just like Mary said, you've not been real clear on who your target market is. You go into these events, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but your family and friends might be just as confused. So they need some coaching, and you need to teach them how to help you. So put that on your list, go through your contacts and make sure that everybody is very clear. If you change your business or you're doing something different or whatever, make sure that they know that. And you can do that on your social media, or you can just do that through a conversation. Again, it's all about relationships. If you don't have relationships with folks and you haven't seen them in 20 years, don't do this. Hey, hadn't seen you in 20 years. You want to buy something from my business? I got a new business I want to talk to you about. Yes, Bruce.
Yeah, one of the things when we had an in-person networking group that I was attending, we had, besides the ideal, client for you, it's like, okay, this week, this is what would really benefit me. It's like maybe your company's got a special promotion going on and that. So so even making that type of a post on social media is like, this week, I'm looking for this.
Yes. Yes. And that's one of the things that I want to incorporate in a new pitch as we go around and we do our 30-second intros. This week I'm looking for, or like you said, the perfect ideal client for me this week. You can change that every week, but we want to get really, really clear so that we can help one another. And really, we want to make an impact to your bottom line. We want you making sales every week, and we want to help you do that. But sometimes we just don't know how to do it. So we're going to really, over the next couple of months, really start focusing on that. So the first thing, like I said, is make sure you go through your contacts and those on social media or whatever. And I'm talking primarily family and friends and colleagues, that type of deal. Now let's go into referral partnerships as far as things like this, networking groups. How in the world are you going to do this? What can we do to help one another in our circles? So first of all, it's expensive to get a new customer. It's way cheaper. We already have a relationship with everyone. Our relationships are now almost a year old. We know, like, and trust one another. So if you have not met with each person that is a member one-on-one, shame on you. You need to do that. You need to really get to know that person. And it only takes 10 or 15 minutes out of whack that you can spend some time really getting to know one another. Make sure you're not making it one-sided. Make sure you let them talk, and they should do vice versa to you, so that you fully understand what it is that they're doing. And again, don't throw up on somebody the first meeting. Just have a short, nice get to know you session. If you need more time, be respectful of their time, and schedule another appointment if you want to do that. One of the most impactful things that I do is those 15-minute meet and greet with Nancy Gaskins. Hang on just one second, Laura. I got your hand there. And it's amazing if you are prepared in advance when you're speaking to someone, you know, to make sure that you are clear on and you have all their information. Go ahead, Laura.
Sorry, that was a total faux pas. I have nothing to say.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Claudio.
And I'm just thinking, I know we have everybody's information that we can access through, you know, the chats and whatnot that we store. Is it possible maybe to create an online or maybe a cloud-based document, and everybody can just go in and put in name, phone number, email address, however you want to be contacted, so that we can just click and bring up everybody's name and all their information, rather than having to look something
It's in
up.
the referral group if we use it.
Yeah,
It's already
but you
there.
have to go into the into that program, and you have to look somebody up. I'm talking about just like a one-line thing, a name, address, you know, or not address, but phone number, email address.
Yeah, we would have to. The problem with that is the security and safety of, unless everybody will allow that. Like when we come on here, it's optional, even though we want everybody to share their information. And those people who come in here and take and don't put their stuff in, Livy and I have already talked about this, they will not be invited back, because that's not what we're about. You know, if you come in here, we're about being referral partners, and we expect to contact one another. It's not necessarily we're going to try and sell you something, but we want to get to know you to see how we can bring value to one another. I'm in agreement. I know we need something like that. It's just that we have to be respectful of the privacy issue and all of that stuff. Yes. Hang on just a second. Go ahead, Bruce.
I was just going to say, this is at Laurel's Big Table event and stuff. They even raised this type of an issue. It's like everybody wanted everybody's contact information.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, I know exactly where you're going.
And in the past, what people had done is they had distributed that to everybody that attended. There was a lawsuit because the people that got it sold it to different spammers and whatnot. And then people were saying, well, I didn't give permission for you to hand that out. So the way they're doing it now is they pass around a sheet that you have to write in your information, and you're saying that, yeah, I'm okay to share this with the group here, but it can't be posted anywhere. So they just make a copy of it and email it to all the attendees, because it goes into that privacy rights issue and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say what Claudia is talking about is a Google Share Doc. That's an Excel sheet that each person would have to put their own stuff on there and check a box saying, I understand by adding my own information to this, people in this group will contact me. And I make a, maybe even the box also says, and I make a promise not to spam my fellow members, that I'll just use this for private contact information. And only the people in the group will have access to the Google Share Drive. And only if you put your crap on there, will you be on there. Because I would love to see, if you have a book, I want your book link. If you have an affiliate program, I want to know how to sign up. If you have and I could just scan an Excel sheet really quickly, or have one of my team members go in and sign me up for all your affiliate programs and promote all your books and promote all your stuff. And I wouldn't have to do any of that. I could just send them one space and do it. It's a little bit harder to move through the website for that. I mean, the website's great for other things, but a Google Share Excel sheet would be genius for that. And that's all I got to say about that.
Well, the challenge with that is managing access to it.
It's
Okay,
the
I have a
person who owns
suggestion.
it just adds the email of the person who's allowed to be in the share. That's it. Only people who've been given personal permission. It's private and locked otherwise. Only the members who you add, and you can remove them, can get it. So I don't know that that's an issue.
Okay.
I'm glad you were able to get into my head and put it out in words, because that's what I was thinking about.
No, I'm totally open. Go ahead, Helen.
I just wanted to suggest that isn't kind of the easiest way to do that in our member referral website, when you have registered, you've got your contact information in there, that we just would house a Google Doc or something that only members can access in the back office of that website. And that's the list. Like, that's that simple. So if people are adding, a new book or a new affiliate program or a new website or whatever, they just add it into that, and it's in that document on that website.
Security is the
we
way
can-
bit
We
more
could probably do a
difficult than the
page.
website.
We could probably do a page, Bruce, and just have her Google Doc thing there where they could access it, be one place to go.
Yeah, and it would
That's
just
what-
be hidden, right?
Yeah.
If you have to be logged in to your account to see the page,
Yes.
we can have a link to that Google Docs. But as far as having a page on the website that you can update your information, that's not available.
No, but if they did the Google Doc, that would
Yeah.
be
You
already
can't put the Google
automatically
Docs into your
updated.
website. You can't put the Google Docs in your website. That works on a whole separate security issue. The security is
You can't
great
just
over
have
in
the
No,
Google
link.
no,
Docs.
You can't just
no,
have the
no.
link.
I'm just saying a link to the
Oh, yeah,
Google
you can have a
Docs.
link to the Google Docs on the
Yeah,
website.
that's what I'm saying. Have a page, describe
Yeah.
what it is,
Yeah,
just
that
have the
would work.
link there. And then that way everybody would know where to go and wouldn't
Yeah,
be
that
having
would
to wait, to try and find the link, go through their email and all that stuff. They know it would be right there on their
Yeah.
thing. We'll work on that and take a look. All really great ideas. Okay, so we need contact information. We need to make sure every week that you're here, that you're putting your stuff in and you're doing the follow-up. We have the queen of follow-up on here. If anybody has contacted or been contacted by LaDonna Maccabee, we all know what a great job that she does on that. And we need to be doing the same thing. If you say, you need to meet with everybody one-on-one, just make that, kind of your mission. Make sure you understand what they're doing. And on here, each week we go through these things: the kudos, celebrations, recognition, tips and secrets, announcements, and events. If you notice this week, I've started some new graphics on my personal page and on the Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday page. Not only should we be sharing that information in here to keep one another inspired and encouraged, but this is a way that we can promote one another out there on our own social media to get everybody excited. Because folks, I'm telling you, I get people contacting me all the time, like off of my Facebook, my friends, family, whatever. They're like, some of the most amazing people. I don't know how you meet these people. How did you meet so-and-so? Or how are you connected to so-and-so? They are doing some really cool stuff. Well, how do you think they know about that? It's because I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it. Just like LaDonna sent me her little trial pack. What did I do? I shared that. I have one coming up for Barry. I've got a big box in my office right now that I can't wait. I've not even got it open yet, Barry. And because I want to do, the right thing. So we're going to be opening that sucker up, and I'm going to be making a nice little video talking about Barry. And I'm very careful. I know the rules and, about all these products, and be giddy about that. And so these are some things that we can do to help one another. And so we're going to move into a couple of things. The testimonials and reviews are very important. So Bruce, if you don't mind, could you pull up our website in case anybody doesn't know? I want you to go in, anybody that you've done business with, I want you to post a review to our website. And then Olivia is going to show us how to do a LinkedIn quickie. So go ahead, Bruce.
Okay, so once you log in to your account, you see this is your homepage and your information is up here. If you go to member info, member reviews, this is the whopping number of people that have reviews. 3. And that's only 2 people. There's 3 reviews, 1 for Nancy and 2 for Olivia. We need to have more. And the way you do that is just if you go to the members profile page, you click on there, you can either do a search for the member, or if you've got it displayed, you just click on it to take you to that member's page, and it's write a review. Put in the title of your review, just, the review itself, then the rating, overall rating, service, responsiveness, expertise, results, communication. And then it already populates based on your login, what's your company and your email, and then you click the I'm not a robot and submit the review. It's that difficult.
Thank you for showing that. And guys, you know, it's a little bit disheartening that not everybody is on this website, because we have wanted to start doing some advertising to kind of promote people to come and join us. So this is one of the things, if they come in and they see the variety of people that's in our group, you know, they're going to be encouraged to come and join and want to meet you. And so one of the things that you can do is those testimonials and reviews on our website. And then the next thing, it's very simple and easy to do. Olivia, you want to go ahead and show them how to do it on LinkedIn?
Nancy, before Olivia starts, if you noticed, you can also put that review right onto Facebook and LinkedIn from that page when you write the review.
Oh, I
So,
missed that. I
Bruce,
missed
you want to
that.
go back and show them that? It's right under Nancy's picture.
That would be fantastic. I don't know why I didn't see that.
See where it says share this page? Right below.
Ah,
You can go right on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, right from there.
huh. I'm wondering if it's only going to show my profile or whether it's actually going to show that review.
It says share this page, so it's got to be the review. Right, Bruce? You're muted, Bruce.
I think it should share the link to the review page.
What it's when you click on, when you hover over it, the link is going to Nancy Gaskins /write review. So it's linking to them to write a review. It's not going to link to the review itself.
Okay.
What if you go to the, whoops, come on, cooperate. Member reviews. There's no way specifically to share that review.
Gotcha.
Okay. But that's a really great thing, Barry, because what we can do is everybody in this group, if they've done business with you, it would be really quick. You could send them a little link. I mean, everybody that's here today knows now how to do that. But for somebody that's not here today, you could send them that link and ask them if they would, you know, please write a review. And that's the other thing that I want to talk about is how do you ask somebody to do a review?
Oh,
well,
here we go. It says on your profile page, there's a tab that says reviews. And I think, no, it doesn't reflect up in the web link. And I was thinking you could link directly to that tab, but it doesn't look like you can. Dang it.
So Bruce, down in the bottom right-hand corner, there's another thing, share this page.
Oh, share
Where do
this
those
page,
ones go
okay.
to?
It just goes to the profile, but
That's just your profile. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to select a specific tab, but that'd be nice if we could direct.
Maybe our friend Bruce can figure that out.
That's also a really easy way to, you know, if you're trying to make an introduction to somebody, to be able to go to that website and just share that profile and say, hey, I want you to meet Nancy. She's, you know, this master networker, blah, blah, blah. Here you go. And then that's an easy way to share, to introduce people as well.
As well as on your own website or social media saying, here's my profile, my website, you know, look around, meet my other referral partners or.
Yeah.
Yes, that's really good. Both of them. Excellent. 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 Okay. So we've got our website. So write that down on your to-do list before next Friday. Let's go in here and look, and hopefully we will see some of you have taken a couple of minutes and done a review for at least one or two people in this group that you've done business with or you've had experience with on there. And the next thing, Olivia, are you ready for your LinkedIn?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So, all right, let me share my screen. So the first thing I want to say is that all of you should be connecting with each other on LinkedIn, right? And Facebook. So make sure you guys each week, especially with new people, right? Reach out to them, search for their name on Facebook and LinkedIn, and then add them, right? Because that's how you start building the relationship. So I noticed that, for example, Freedom is new to us today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find him on LinkedIn, right? So let me share my screen. So Freedom. And with LinkedIn, it's important. I mean, we've met each other on Lunch and Learn, but it's always good to drop a note in, right? Just don't, connect with someone. And you see here, I've entered his name and I'm not seeing the connect button right here. So what you want to do when you see that happen is go to the 3 dots and pull it down from this menu. Okay, and I'm just going to say, hey, Freedom. I hope you're listening in. So hi, Freedom. Great to see you on Lunch and Learn. So something short, simple, snappy. And this is really important because you want to be able to become first level, right? That first ring of connections with each other. And when you become first level connections, you get to endorse each other for skills. I think this is something that we should all be doing for each other. It's like a 5-minute favor. Okay. So if nothing else you do, just take on this 5-minute favor. So let me introduce you to one of my newest connections that I've met. Her name is Delisa. And I'll show you how this works. So when I look up Delisa's name, we've connected, we're first level connections. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says skills and endorsements. And I am just going to check off on all her skills. The reason being is that LinkedIn is a search engine, right? It relies on search engine optimization. It relies on keywords. So these keywords are important to her and her file. She has them on here for a reason because she wants to be known for the contract management, contract services, customer service, insurance, life insurance policy that she is promoting, right? So they're on here. It must mean it's important to her. So why don't I just go and endorse her? So I'm just gonna go through here and endorse them. If you guys don't have this set up, there is a way for you to add skills and you can add up to 50 skills. Okay, so find the skills. There's a drop-down menu. You can add skills. You can make your own skills. I put in there like LinkedIn optimization as a skill of mine, and I'm getting endorsed for that. Okay, so you can make up your own skills as well. But you definitely want to have this filled out, and max it out to 50 skills. And then you can pin the top 3, right? So you can pin what gets shown here as a preview as a top 3. So I'm not going to do all of them, but once you've done this, you go to hit show more and you just go through and just, start endorsing each one. So it takes probably like maybe less than 5 minutes, but if you could.
So you don't have to write anything else. You're adding it and then as far as like selecting relationship and all that other stuff.
You can. I mean, if you have that depth of relationship and you want to add, a comment or whatever, how good and, the relationship you have, definitely, spend some time to do that, especially for like maybe a really relevant skill. Like, I don't know her too much about PowerPoint, so I'm not going to write a comment. But if I'm a customer of her for the life insurance, right, then maybe I would write an extra comment. Yeah, but great tip, Bruce. So go in here, either A, mark these off really quickly, one by one, or write an extra comment. So that's the first thing I'm going to recommend, just as an easy, simple task that you can do for each other as referral partners. And the next thing I want to show you that's really, really awesome is that when you go to your newsfeed, right, you click on the in and you start a post. So click on the start a post page and you'll scroll down and see the bottom, celebrate an occasion. This is so cool. So this is already built into LinkedIn, all right? And they are encouraging you to use this. So celebrate an occasion, what does that look like? You can give kudos to your colleagues. So let's say, for example, I want to give kudos to Bruce, right? So I'm going to say, Bruce, I'm going to look up his name. So Bruce Barnes here. Okay, I want to recognize a colleague. So then we hit next. And look at all these options that are built in. Thank you, Bruce, going above and beyond, inspirational leader, team player, great job, making work fun, amazing mentor, outside the box thinker, great presentation, making an impact, okay? So these are just kind of customized for a workplace culture, but we can totally use them for each other, right? So let's say, for example, I'm just gonna say, thank you, Bruce. I'm gonna hit done. And it's going to pull up a template that LinkedIn has created. You know, hey, Bruce Barnes, hashtag kudos, hashtag thank you very much for everything that you do. So you can either keep it as is or, you know, customize it by deleting this and writing something else. I'm just going to say, hey, thank you very much for everything you do as our webmaster wizard, our website. Meet my referral partner. Okay. And you want to keep the hashtag kudos, hashtag thank you, because those are categories of hashtags that LinkedIn has already created. So this post, even though I'm creating it, it's going to show my newsfeed. It's going to show up to my audience. It's also going to show up to the whole index that LinkedIn has created. So anyone that's looking under hashtag kudos, hashtag thank you is going to see me and is going to see Bruce. And they might just be intrigued enough to say, oh, Bruce is a webmaster wizard. I might want to reach out to him. Or, oh, I'm referencing the website. They may want to check the website, right? So lots of little different things that you can do here. You can keep it as simple or, you know, as robust as you like, depending on like your time and availability. So there you have it.
Can you add additional hashtags there too, Olivia? Like if you wanted to put, you know, hashtag referral partners or hashtag collaboration or anything like that?
Absolutely. Great idea. We should make up our own hashtags. Yes, I love it. So we can go to edit this post and you see here. So generally when you put the website link, a URL in the post, LinkedIn's going to mask it. And they're going to create a little LinkedIn shortcut. So always, as a rule of thumb, put the links in the comments, but that's okay. I just, you know, I'm going to leave it alone like that. So edit post, hashtag referral partners. Yes.
You can do hashtag Eagles, right?
Hashtag Eagle Tribe.
Yeah. I didn't realize this was there. That's cool.
So rule of thumb though, LinkedIn will only show like maybe 3 hashtags in the post. So I know sometimes people go a little bit crazy. They think it's Instagram and have like a whole paragraph of nothing but hashtags. And so it doesn't work that way on LinkedIn. It would only show you like the top 3 anyway. But that's okay that we have it here. And, you know, when we're doing this for each other, yes, let's make sure that we're using these hashtags and really drive the attendance and drive the traffic to them. Just by virtue of you using it consistently, will just automatically rank us higher, right? So even if there may be other people using Lunch and Learn, we're using it consistently. So our posts will show.
And that's why we do Lunch and Learn Zoom Fridays. That's how we differentiate, because there should be like probably hundreds, if not getting close to 1,000 now of those, because every time I've been using that.
So Olivia,
if we click on it,
you mentioned that it only shows the top 3 hashtags on the post. Are all of them still searchable, or does it only keep the top
they're still
3?
searchable. It's just that, you know, when you have a post and you have a bunch of hashtags, LinkedIn will only like maybe take the first 3 that you have and they'll ignore the rest. But people will click on the post like, hey, see more. They can still, because each of these hashtags are hyperlinked. And you want to use hashtags for this reason, because you can go right to Lunch and Learn. It will open up the index. Hashtags is just a way of indexing common themes, common ideas together. So currently there's 461 followers who are using this hashtag Lunch and Learn. But like Nancy says, maybe we can just customize it even further and just say, hey, hashtag Lunch and Learn Zoom Fridays, right? So go back to it.
Yeah, that's the one that I've been using quite often on most of our stuff.
Perfect. All right. So then let's give it a test. There are 7 followers. Okay, we need more followers. There's at least 16 in this room. So I expect to have 16 followers, you know, by the end of today, right? So perfect. Yes, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, so she's using these hashtags, and this is all the announcements, right, of our, you know, meetings, meeting reminders, etc. Oh, there's her beautiful face. So, and then hit follow, right? So I am following, but if you go to this hashtag, you should follow as well. And it's just a nice way to keep everything organized, right? So then, you know, it just becomes a new association. Oh, you know, Lunch and Learn Zoom Fridays, go to this hashtag and you'll see like everything that's underneath that. So, okay, great. So that is the kudos post. And I want to show you one more because this is something I just discovered and it's really amazing. So go back to start a post, go to celebrate an occasion, go to product launch. This is so cool. You can add a photo. Okay, so say for example, okay, like, you know, Laura and I, we're going to be collaborating. We take a photo of each other and we upload it here. And then we can, you know, choose one of these images as well to celebrate, you know, that we are now collaborating or doing something together, right? So Laura Armstrong. And you can add more than one people, but you know, we're so excited to announce the launch. So we can remove this and say collaboration, right? We can remove this and say event. Okay. So this is just LinkedIn's way of making it easy for you. Just keep it as is, but you can still change this up and customize it to what you want to say. So we're excited to announce the event I to I. Okay. And then you can just remove this hashtag and say, you know, events, etc. But I think that's really cool. Launched a project, etc. So this is animated, which I think is also really nice, right? Because anything with animation grabs attention immediately. So definitely look into using this and playing around with it because there's a lot of cool options here of what you can do to celebrate each other and recognize each other for those, like, you know, the collaborations and the introductions, etc. that we're doing.
So what did you click on to do that type of a post?
All right, let me go back and show you. So here you are in your newsfeed, right? So you're here in this rectangle, start a post.
Yep.
And then celebrate an occasion.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
And then project launch. So share a new milestone.
Okay. Same as the give kudos, it's just a different option there. Okay.
Yes. Give kudos. And Nancy, okay, so something else that just came up to me. So welcome to the team. Anytime we have a new member, we should be using this. Welcome to the team. Take a photo of them as a new Eagle member, and then welcome to the team, right? And we can say just welcome to the tribe. So this is a template comes up with. Let me show you real quick. Let's say we'll use this one. And I'm just going to put it out there that freedom is going to become. It might not let me because we're not connected yet.
And while I'm thinking about that, Olivia, is there a way that you can change your connection from a 3 to a 1 or anything like that? You know how you have those things? I noticed some of mine, it's like I didn't realize, you know, back when I was first starting with LinkedIn on how to do all that. Or will it just stay that way forever?
It will stay that way, I believe. I mean, the only time they become your 1 is if they've connected you.
Okay.
So right now,
that should change automatically if you connect with them.
Yeah. As soon as you're a direct connect, it'll change to a first
1.
level. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, that was my thing because I was like noticing that some of you, I think, on there are not my first connections, and I thought that was odd, but it's probably because of how we.
Yeah, if you want someone to be a first level, then you just have to do a connection request with them. And I know I've made some requests, and I don't know if people just don't go into LinkedIn very much or whatever, but they're they haven't responded or done anything. So
okay.
I wonder if I can change this to try. Okay, no, so that's a default, right? So welcome to the team is a default 1. All right, so this is the sample post, Nancy, that perhaps we can start doing for each other. So I'm going to put Claudio's name in here. Oops, I lost it. And all these things, right, is just to kind of give us more exposure. So we're so excited to have you in our tribe, right? And then here are some tips to help you get started. Right, 1, 2, 3, practice elevator pitch, you know, think of the, you know, ideal client avatars, and then hashtags. Okay, and there's one more. In keeping up with our anniversary celebration, we can do a work anniversary. So celebrating our upcoming anniversary, right? So this is definitely something that we can take a screenshot of our Zooms and just say, hey, you know, happy 1-year anniversary to Lunch and Learn.
All right. And then what about our reviews and testimonials on here on LinkedIn?
Okay, so that will take a little bit more time, right? So let's say, for example, let's see, go to Helen. So Helen and I are first level connections. And let's say I, sit down with Helen and have an amazing interaction. We scroll down to her profile, pass the skills and endorsements, recommend Helen, right? So I can ask for a recommendation, from Helen. So I can send her this link and say, hey, Helen, can you recommend me, etc., right? Or I can do recommend Helen first. So don't wait for people to recommend you or ask recommendations. Like start recommending each other, and then they'll reciprocate, right? So I think that's really important. So sometimes it's like, we're asking people recommendations. Why don't we just, recommend first, and then we'll get it in the back. We'll receive it in the back end. So, right, Helen recommendation. How do you know Helen? And there's gonna be a couple of things here that are probably like just very work centric, like Helen was senior to you, you reported to Helen. You can just say like, Helen was a client, or you worked with Helen, but in different groups, etc. Think of something that's relevant. And then position. Oh, so she's storyteller, ghostwriter. That's how I know her. And then, all right, so let me just go here. Work with Helen, but in different groups, storyteller, hit next. And then just write the recommendation. And when you send this, she has a chance to review, right? So before Helen accepts it, she has a chance to review what you've written, what I've written. And she can say, hey, edit this or add this or whatever before she agrees to accept it, and it will show up on her post, and it'll show up in her profile.
Yeah, I like that editing option.
Yes.
I've had to ask people to fix their grammar.
As a true storyteller would do. So. But yeah. So it's okay.
Ask you a question.
Yes.
So the difference, I totally understand you're not going to make a recommendation for someone or do a celebration or anything like that unless you actually do know them well. But the first thing that you started with, which was the skills connections, is your name related to that in any way? Because one of the concerns that I have is you meet somebody for the first time, you connect with them on LinkedIn, maybe you have one conversation, and then you go in and say, hey, they're good at all these things, and they turn out to be a crook or something. Like, are you connected to them in any way if you do that?
So I'm going to do this for you right now. So I'm going to endorse you. You're going to get a little LinkedIn message in your box that says, hey, like Olivia endorsed you for leadership. So my name will be connected. Will people see who has endorsed you? Yes.
Okay. Because that's a concern that I
make
always
it
have.
a rule, Helen. I make it a rule. I only ask for recommendations for people who know my song and dance, and I only give it if I know their song and dance. So I don't even do the skills endorsements unless I know you and like and trust you. I mean,
okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking, because I'm careful about things like that on Facebook, and I don't use LinkedIn as much as I should. But that was just one of my questions, because I don't want to necessarily be affiliated with someone if I don't know them that well.
That is true.
Excellent.
True. So that is one school of thought, right? That you can be super productive. And the other school of thought is like, hey, you can have up to 99 plus endorsements, which looks really good. And so the more people that endorse you, and you have like, and LinkedIn won't show you past that 99 number, or to say like 99 plus. But when someone comes on here and they see like, oh wow, 99 plus people have endorsed you for leadership. It's, if people are searching for leadership, like your name will pop up, right? It's part of that kind of SEO ranking. So it's just one of those like hacks. So it's up to you. I mean, if you see someone, endorsing you, I don't know if there's a way to remove it. Jessica, do you know that? Like, so for example, I've endorsed.
No, I don't think she's worried about it from that side. I think she's worried about giving recommendations to people she doesn't know, not receiving them from people she doesn't know. I mean, that's not the worry. It's giving it to someone who maybe won't follow through on their promise or pay their bill or be what they're supposed to be in the space of the world.
So that's okay. So for example, you can even think of like a 3-tiered step, right? So maybe the first time you meet someone, you just endorse them for skills that you do know them for. Okay, so far I know you for leadership and these things, right? I don't know you too much for, let's say, public speaking yet. And then the second tier is, making a post and introducing them to your network. So you can do that too, right? So you can start a kudos post, celebrate an occasion, give kudos. And let's say, for example, if Jessica does a presentation, right? As a subject matter expert, one of our sessions, we can just say, hey, great presentation, and recognize people that way. Or you can say, great job. Or you can just say, thank you, a thank you post, and just say something like, recently, instead of saying thank you very much for everything you do, you say thank you for an awesome meeting. It was great to connect with you, and and reach out to Jessica if you need VA assistance, right? So you can even do that as by way of referring, as way of giving recognition, maybe, giving kudos to someone you just met to say, hey, I had a great meeting, thank you. And it just adds a little bit of color and it's a nice touch. And then once you really get to know them, give the recommendation, right? So you can even take you can customize your 3-tier or 3-step approach.
I imagine this is on the for the skills part. If you find out that they're really not that good at that, I think you can go in and remove your endorsement on their skills, right?
I believe so. Let me see.
So that's another thing. This is if you find out.
We're trying to take one back before.
I know. I was trying to think.
I don't know that you can.
Right? Oh. I was thinking how do I remove someone? So, and that's why I would encourage you, for one thing that you can do on your LinkedIn profile is go through your skills section, because right now it's probably just automatically pulled from LinkedIn based on what you've written in your summary, your about and experience. And they're just kind of made up the skills list for you. So if something is not relevant, something that you don't want on there, you can remove it and then add the new skills that, that are now relevant to you. So for example, I put in LinkedIn optimization. I didn't have that before, but I made it up. So now I'm getting endorsements for that. So let's see, 25 people have endorsed me. Oh, okay, ta-da. So to your point, if you don't want someone to see that you've been endorsed from this and you don't like this person, I can just, turn it off. So there, problem solved. Right? So let's say I don't know Christina Yang. I don't know why she, endorsed me for that. So that's hidden.
Well, I mean, but it's the other.
But that's the other. Yeah, the other side is what we're talking
other way
about.
around.
For when you endorse somebody else and then you want to take it back.
That's you can just go and unclick. You can just, I think you can just let it go.
Just unclick it. Let's see. Back to Helen, because that's what I just did the endorsement for, right? So Helen, I didn't endorse you and I'm going to take it back. Let's see. Yep, take it back.
Okay. Yep.
Well, damn.
And of course,
take it all back, Helen. No more.
Good. Okay.
That does a broadcast to everybody on LinkedIn that Olivia no longer endorses Helen.
Yep.
That would be an unkudo post. That's great,
man.
Olivia. Thanks for that.
Yes.
That's
yes.
a retracted kudo.
Yes, retraction, please.
I was going to comment earlier. Olivia was talking about how freedom was new and how we should always connect with these new people. That's absolutely a fantastic exercise, but I would encourage you to think bigger. So every time I buy a piece of software, I use something, I invest in something, I reach out to the C-suite of that company, and I have gotten contracts and clients and speaking opportunities and all kinds of things by saying, hey, I'm a new user of this XYZ software, really love it. I would love to connect. And I do that to the top 3, the CFO, the CEO, and the COO of every company I'm sending money to. and I get great responses from it and actual and contracts and speaking opportunities. So I'd highly encourage so think bigger.
Yes, that's fantastic. Fantastic. And I've seen you, you and I have talked about some of these things. I mean, she's got some amazing contacts by doing that. The other thing is, I want to encourage you, if you have your own website, I know some of you are in direct sales and you can't do anything with your websites, but if you have a personal website or a funnel or something like that, I want to encourage you to make sure you have a way for them to put these testimonials and reviews on your website. If you don't, pull them from LinkedIn or from your Facebook page or whatever, and add them, whether it's clip art or whatever that you need to do. Like sometime way back, y'all would say something really nice about our group in the chat when I would say something, and I would copy and paste those on a Word document, and I would put them on Facebook just as like a picture, like as a JPEG. And that way everybody could see, what 10 people had said about our group. So there's, kind of interesting ways that you can do this to get word about what you do and what other people are saying. And that's another one of the graphics that I've got on there. So also, groups are different than pages on Facebook. So you're kind of limited on what you can and can't do. But like on my Bedrooms by the Beach, people are writing reviews on there, and you can do that. And then the last segment that I want to talk about today is, what are some incentives that we can give our referral partners? And sometimes the first thing that pops to everybody's mind is always, I give them a commission, give them a kickback, whatever. Some are allowed in some industries, some are not. And so some things that we can do, cash, gift cards, thank you cards, tickets, just small little things. So I want to give you the floor. And what are some of the things that you've used in the past or somebody has done for you that you appreciated? It's the thought. We want to make sure that it's reciprocated, because one-sided referral partnerships suck, right? And we don't want to be that. We want to make sure that everybody knows that we appreciate every introduction, even though it may not end up a sale right now. And before I give you the floor, something I was thinking about also is, when you're going into these events, let's say you pay $30 for a ticket and there's 20 people there. So that would be $1.50, say $1.50 a lead or whatever that you're paying. And that's not the only thing that goes along with this. You got to think about, because sometimes people think, oh gosh, that's either cheap, in your mindset, or it's crazy expensive, one or the other. But what you have to think of is, everybody in this circle, just right here, 4, 8, 12, 14 people, each one of us, think about your spheres of influence that you have access to if you build a relationship with that person. So don't take 1, 2, 3 people for granted, because you never know. One time I shared on Lunch and Learn, there was a guy who, because I wasn't in Canada, thought that I couldn't help him any. He didn't think that our deal would work for him. Bad mistake, right? How many Canadians do we have? A lot, right? I have connections in Canada, all over Canada. And so he messed up. So I don't want you to do that. Never take anyone for granted. So what are some ideas and incentives that you could give and offer a referral partner besides cash? Commissions are always good, don't get me wrong, but let's just think of some other things.
Yeah. Just to your point, as far as that other person not realizing you're up in Canada, flip it around. That also says that you need to post something that says you're not limited to the United States.
Yes. In some of these groups, we ask now, that's kind of the first thing we're used to. We never thought about that, but now that we're global, can you do business in the United States, or can you do business abroad? Whatever. Excellent point.
So an additional idea for an incentive that's non-cash might be, so for like every referral or every number of referrals, you might set up like, well, you give me a referral and I'll post your bio or a link to your thing in in my group, or I'll connect you that way. Like there's a commitment to a reciprocal energy, and it can take a lot of forms, but just having an agreement. So it doesn't have to be dollars. It could be posting a link to somebody's bio, or posting their LinkedIn, whatever's appropriate given the context, but giving them a little shout out and a little like free airtime in I hate to say compensation, but in a reciprocal
Thank you for reminding me of that. In one of my presentations, I talked about how important it is to have something in writing. Guess what? That makes you a professional referral partner. It can be simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, but that way they know that you are serious about doing business together, whether that's, joint ventures have different little things, but anyways, that way both parties are very clear. Love that. Thank you for reminding me of that, Mary. Anybody else have anything that they enjoy? I have grandkids, so if you saw something, I don't care if it was $1.99 or something that could, somebody had sent me a link to a subscription box for this really cool thing for kids, and it wasn't nothing that they gave me. They just shared a link, and they wasn't even an affiliate. You know what I'm saying? And I loved that. And I ordered that for my grandkids. So I appreciated that because they knew I had grandkids, and they thought enough about me to send that to me. So those are some simple things that you can do as well. Articles, yes.
As I say, you could even do like a virtual punch card type of thing. It's like for, X number of referrals, you get a free product or service or whatever type of thing.
You can also give to a cause. So you could say, because your industry is so regulated, I know you send me a ton of referrals. Is there a cause you care about? Because every time you send me a referral, I could dedicate a donation in your honor. And that could also go on social media, another donation dedicated in honor of XYZ person for all the great things they do for our community. So dedicated donations would be good.
Oh, love that. Especially that's right up my alley. I like that.
I got contacted the other day. So someone is fundraising for Lymphoma Society, and they asked me to do a LinkedIn presentation, and they would have donations from that to go towards the Lymphoma Society. So that's a great idea. Yeah. So
I've done LinkedIn classes. I've done LinkedIn classes for over 100 nonprofit alliance leaders and executive directors in our region. It was free for all the nonprofits to attend, but all the business owners that showed up for the LinkedIn class paid something, and then that money was donated and raffled off to one of the causes that were present, and so they got to take that money and go. So we can even teach for the sake of a cause.
I like that. Yeah, so I'm open for that if anyone has any causes they need help fundraising with.
I just thought of another idea just to even further the collaborations in this group is if you wanted to give some kind of a gift item to someone, but you're not in a business yourself while you have those, you could actually buy product from Bruce or buy product from
I did that. I did the
from
hug
Barry, and then you could give those things out to people.
I did that. I had custom ordered mugs for people in the group. We used to have a mug company here. I don't know if they're still with us or what happened, but anyway. And sent it to another member in this group.
Yes, Barb Swain. Yes.
I've got another idea I want to throw in there that the other day my car is being repaired, so I went to the body shop, and in the entranceway and feng shui, when you enter the door, that's where your energy and your abundance come in, and you can consciously cultivate and shape your environment or your client's experience as they walk through your environment. Anyway, right in the front of the door, there was this beautiful, I took a photo on my phone. You probably can't see it. Yeah, but it says, "Thank you. Our business continues to grow due to referrals from our customers." It says, "We sincerely thank you for recommending us." So that way, when you walk in the door, you're greeted with gratitude. And as you walk out, you're also greeted and you're consciously instructed or reminding your customer to please refer, and that we appreciate that. So putting that into your client's mind is one thing. And then also there's other ideas. That's a thing that's physically posted on the wall of their entranceway. You can also have digitally on your website, in your client experience, or you can even just, when you go live, you know, you might celebrate your clients, or you might talk about the wins, and then you might put in a little 10-second shout out, hey, thank you, Helen, for referring me these new 5 clients, and put a little link in the bio. It could just be that quick, but when that gets rebroadcast in front of audiences, that perpetuates. So it's free for you to do, but it also consciously drives their traffic intentionally.
Yes, thank you.
That's
And it
awesome.
is important that we make it as easy as possible for our people to refer us. You know what I'm saying? And to do that. And it needs to be top of mind. And it needs to be not something that all of a sudden we're like, oh my gosh, here I've got all these wonderful friends and I've not made one referral. Because that's one of the biggest things when I have my workshops, I ask, and y'all have heard me say it, look at your phone, look at your LinkedIn, look at Facebook. How many referrals have you gotten from these people this year? How many? You know, and it is a very small percentage. A lot of times they'll say 0, believe it or not. And we don't want to be that. And so we want to teach everybody, want to have, you know, incentives, and want to have a way that you track and know how much that we appreciate everything, because it truly is. That's what can catapult your business. We've talked about this, and most of us are familiar with network marketing, but just right here, 4, 8, 12, let's say if there was 20 in here, you know, 20, even if you did 1, you know, that would be 20 sales. You did 2, 40, and it just keeps on. Every time you have, when's the best time to ask for a referral or a review? Right when you've done business with somebody and you've had a very wonderful experience. What happens is we tend to forget until later. We think, oh man, I wished I'd asked them for a referral or for a review. You need to do that right then. You know, one of the ways that I do it is for like my bedrooms by the beach, is every time they refer a family that rents for me for a week, I give them a free day. So literally, if they referred 5 people, they would get a free vacation down here to Florida. That's pretty easy to do. Guarantee you they know 5 people who would like to go to the beach in Florida at an affordable place, right? So anyways, those are just some of the things. I just felt it was very important. Want to make sure that we stay true to who we are and what it is that we're trying to accomplish with this group. We built really great relationships, but I want us to start taking it to the next level and really start tracking and being purposeful in referrals, introductions, the kudos. We want to tell everyone how great you are, and we want to know how to do that and how to help you get more business or whatever, you know, do business with you or whatever. Does anybody have any closing remarks? We've got about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, sure. I just want to say out loud the things I was writing in the chat. Y'all can go back and read it if you want. But so in business and marketing, on the digital marketing side, when I do business coaching and I do people's websites and look at their metrics and numbers, I have a whole spreadsheet. It's already existing, so I could just share it or teach on y'all. But I have a whole spreadsheet of metrics with standards of excellence. So for example, like when we're list building and I help people to start their businesses very often. So they'll go through a whole process with me. And so I have a baby group now. We got to go in and like define their ideal client and all that typical stuff you do with a business. But there's standards of excellence in terms of networking, like how many connections are you adding per day? Are they warm or cold? Are they, how do they fit on a 10-point scale of ideal client? If it's like 8 or above, say that's a heck yes. If it's a 6, well, that's lukewarm maybe. But if it's 6 or below, you drop it. So you get people to get really clear on who their ideal clients are. They start to become more attractive and then communicate across that. So we could go, once everybody knows who their ideal client is in the group, then we communicate to each other. Hey, y'all, I'm looking for this type of person. Hey, Nancy's looking for that. Gary's looking for this. I don't actually know who some of your ideal clients are. I think some people don't even know who their ideal clients are, and that's why they ain't got any business. So step 1 is get clear on that and then communicate effectively to each other. And then it's real simple to just track a spreadsheet and do some fun math. We can just geek out about it, the nerds in the group, and make that kind of back end math magic happen. When you get really targeted and strategic in numbers that way is when you get into the engineering magic of it. And then it becomes really an efficient process
Yes,
easy.
and that
saves everybody.
is true. That's one of the things that last year that we were talking about. We probably need to bring a couple of experts on. Jess, I'll get with you and Olivia, and we'll see if we can't get some speakers in here about that avatar. And you can change, like I said, and all of that stuff. And we kind of talked about not throwing up last week, on the group, and that's a problem. But we can change that target market. The other thing is on your Facebook and social media, I go through there and it's about time I do it again, but your Facebook has only a limited capacity, and that is El Primo Real Estate. If you have people on there who are not interacting with you, who really serve no purpose, or, are not friends, family, whatever, you need to get rid of them, and you need to start adding to that list people who can bring value into your life and those that you can bring value into theirs. So I'm going to leave you with that. Livia, do you have any final words?
No, so we've given you some simple tasks to do. So I hope you all follow up. Gary put a comment in there, following through is just as important as following up. And we need to decide a theme for next week.
Yes.
Well, just one thing says, what about the authors event coming up?
We're going to decide that definitively today. Livy and I are going to talk about it. We're not having really great response. And I know that Blaney is out of the country right now. And I think when I set that up, I had set up 2 events. So I think we're going to probably more than likely nix this one. And I'm going to have to ask for your help because we have a lot of authors in this group, and we did not get any input from you either. So we've got some things in the works, and I joined an association for authors and all that, but I just think this time, I think we're going to have to not do that event because we want it to be successful. It's a co-op moneymaker. We don't want it to be bust, and we don't want to be in the hole. And that's what it would be right now, is we would not make money at the point that we're at.
Yeah.
So,
Great. Yep.
Okay.
Nancy, I have a closing comment. We've talked a lot today about how important Facebook contacts are, and we've talked a lot about LinkedIn connections. And it's a brand new quarter, so I would challenge you all to back up your data, export your people. You do not own those platforms, but you do own your data. Please back up your Facebook, please back up your LinkedIn connections, and retain those connections, even if those platforms evaporate.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. Okay. With that said, everybody have a fabulous weekend. Make sure you do your chat, save your chat so that you can follow up with everyone. Thank you again, Freedom, for joining us today. Look forward to having you on as a guest speaker soon.
Thank you for having me. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.